What's up, YouTubes? Welcome back to Hot Trades. Happy Monday, March the 29th. I hope you guys are well rested and ready for a new week. If you are new to this channel, the purpose of this channel is for me to quickly scan the market every morning for top performing stocks and try to find out why these stocks are performing really well before the market opens. And I'll also be doing a little bit of technical analysis, so taking a look at the charts for all these stocks to see if they can give us any clues as to what directions these stocks might continue in, and if we can still benefit from these massive moves in any way. So this morning I'll be taking a look at Universe Pharmaceuticals, China Pharma Holdings, Humanigen, and Cyanotech. So let's start off with Universe Pharmaceuticals. Ticker symbol UPC. These guys are up about 150% this morning with 2.05 million shares traded already in pre-market. So really good pre-market volume and good pre-market action, 150% this morning. These guys IPO'd last week on the 25th, so that was last Thursday. They IPO'd last week at $5 a share, and they raised $5 million. So there's nothing specific from this company as to why this stock should be up 150% this morning. But if you guys remember EEIQ on Friday, those guys IPO'd at $4 on a Thursday, and on the Friday they ran up 750% or whatever that was. Can't remember, but so this might be a sympathy move. It might be something related to that, but there's nothing specific from the company as to why this stock should be up 150%. So I'm going to be taking a look at the chart for UPC later in the video, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to take a look at the chart just to see if it can give us any clues, again, as to what direction that stock might continue in, what levels we should be paying attention to. So let's move on to the next one on the list, which is China Pharma Holdings, ticker symbol CPHI. These guys are up about 80% this morning with 10.78 million shares traded already in pre-market. So really good pre-market volume action. So let's find out why China Pharma Holdings is performing well this morning. So I think, yeah, this was on Friday. This article came out on Friday. They reported earnings on Friday. So I'm just going to read a little bit into what this says. So CPI, China Pharma, an American, NASDAQ, not quite sure. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but so I'm going to skip that. So an American listed corp with a fully integrated specialty pharmaceutical subsidiary based in China today announced financial results for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2020. So this is what they reported. So revenue was both 10.9 million in fiscal year 2020 and 2019 respectively. Gross margin was 18% in fiscal year 2020 compared to 13% in fiscal 2019. Loss from operations was 2.6 million in fiscal year 2020 compared to 20.4 million in fiscal year 2019, which represented an improvement of 17.8 million. Net loss was 2.9 million in fiscal year 2020 compared to 20.7 million in fiscal year 2019. Loss per common share was 0.07 cent per share per basic and diluted share in fiscal year 2020 compared with 0.48 per basic and diluted share in fiscal year 2019. So this is a quote from the CEO. So I'm just going to quickly read this and then we can move on to the next. So the CEO and chairman commented the outbreak of COVID-19 earlier this year has created a substantial. This article, whoever wrote this article, there are quite a few spelling errors in this article. Not spelling errors, the sentences just really don't make sense, so I'm going to be skipping a little bit some of these sentences. So negative impact on sales of pharmaceuticals companies including ours. Many people try to avoid going to hospitals for fear of cross-contamination or potential infections. However, our company has actively responded to the outbreak by the launch of wash-free sanitizer, as well as blah 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 blah. So I'm going to skip that again. I'm going to take a look at the chart for this stock later in the video. So basically they reported better than expected earnings and the stock is performing well. So that's why that stock is performing well. So let's move on to the next, which is Humanigen, ticker symbol HGEN. These guys are up about 58% this morning with 3.44 million shares traded in pre-market. It's a good pre-market volume as well. As I mentioned before, anything in the millions when it comes to pre-market volume is good pre-market volume for me. So these guys again, they're up almost 60% with 3.44 million shares traded in pre-market. So let's find out why Humanigen is performing well this morning. So Humanigen reports positive phase 3 top line results demonstrating that Lenzilumab improves survival without need for mechanical ventilation in hospitalized patients with COVID-19. So let me read into this article as well. So Lenzilumab, so this is the drug that they created, improved the relative likelihood of survival without need for invasive mechanical ventilation by 54%, achieving the primary endpoint of the phase 3 study. Clinical improvement was observed over and above other treatments, including steroids and or remdesivir. Humanigen, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on preventing and treating an immune hyperresponse called cytokine storm, with its lead drug candidate Lenzilumab, today announced positive top-line results from its phase 3 clinical trial evaluating the efficacy and safety of Lenzilumab in patients hospitalized with COVID-19. The trial results showed that patients who received Lenzilumab and other treatments, including steroids and or remdesivir, had a 54% greater relative likelihood of survival without the need for IMV compared with patients receiving placebo and other treatments. So that's why the stock is performing really well this morning. There's a lot more to this article, right? So, for example, there's a quote from the CEO as well. It goes really into depth of what the trial entailed. So, if you're looking to read this article, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll send you the link to this article. But basically, the Lenzilumab drug is the phase 3 trial results were positive, and that's why the stock is performing well this morning. And then, lastly on the list, we have Cyanotech, ticker symbol CYAN. These guys are up about 44% this morning with 1.61 million shares traded already in pre-market. So again, for this one, Cyanotech, nothing specific from the company as to why the stock should be up 44% as well. So I'm going to be taking a look at the chart for Cyanotech just to see if we can get any directions from this. So let's move on to the charting section. So let's start off with UPC. These guys, again, as I mentioned before, they IPO'd on the 25th at $5. And so again, there's nothing specific from the company as to why the stock should be up this much, but it is. So let's take a look at the chart. So for the levels we should be paying attention to, obviously $5 was a big level to pay attention to, just because this was where they IPO'd on the Thursday, and the higher the day on the Thursday was $5.72. So this is a big level to pay attention to, right? If we can stay above $5.72, that would be a really good sign. This morning we're gapping up well above, right? So I'm not sure if we're going to come back all the way down to $5.72. So we should be paying attention to every level. So we're gapping up all the way to just below $10. So pay attention to $10. So $10 would be a key psychological resistance level. So I'm going to be paying attention to $10, and then on the downside, I'll be paying attention to every dollar. So pay attention to $9 and then $8. So just pay attention to every dollar. Again, this stock, it just IPO'd, so there's not a whole lot we can do in terms of technical analysis. This is a pure momentum play, so all we can do is pay attention to the momentum, right? So just gauge momentum and see what people are planning to do with this. Try not to buy the open, just because especially when the stock is up this much, people might be looking to take profits, right? So try not to rush in right at the open, just because people might be taking profits, and then you who could become a big holder. So try not to rush in again at the open. So let's move on to CPHI. These guys are opening up just above resistance, so that's a really good sign. So resistance here. So the last time we ran up, which was all the way back here in February 17. So the last time we had this nice run here, we failed at this level here at $1.31. So we're gapping up above this level this morning. So that would be a good support level to pay attention to. If we can stay close above this $1.31, that would be a really good sign. And then on the downside, if that doesn't hold, pay attention. We should be watching $1.18, and if $1.18 doesn't hold, watch for $1.08, and then below that, watch for $1. $1 would be a key psychological level for them to close it above. So again, we're gapping off above above this previous high that we failed to test here all the way back here on February the 17th. So pay attention to that. This $1.31, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking for on this chart. So moving on to Humanigen. These guys are opening up just in between support and resistance. So this one. So just taking a look at this chart. So the last time we ran up on this chart as well, which was all the way back here, February the 22nd, we failed here at this level of $24.64, very close to $25, right? So $25 is going to be a psychological resistance level. So we're looking to open up around $22 this morning, and we have support around this $20 level. So $20 is also a psychological level. If you think about it, $20, that's just a key level for you to be paying attention to. So I'll be paying attention to $20 and $25. Let's see if we can break below $20, or if we can hold it, or if we can break above $25 on this one. Again, try not to rush in at the open with these stocks. Let it settle, let it give it some time. I like to give it 30 minutes just to gauge and see what direction it's going to continue in. Let people take profits and then continue from there. So those are the levels I'll be paying attention to on this one. And if $20 breaks on this one, the next level of support would be around the 50-day moving average, which is around $18. So let's move on to the last one on the list, Cyanotech, which had no news as well. This chart doesn't look all that great, right? So without this news coming out, the stock was very, very weak. So just look at how many red massive candles we had right here, right? So without this pump up happening this morning, the chart would look ugly. So this morning it's having a very nice gap up. Again, up 50% this morning. We're gapping up above the 52-week high, so that's a really good sign. There's no news as to why the stock is up this morning again, but it's gapping up well above its 52-week high, so that's a really strong gap up, right? So the 52-week high is around $4.44, so that would be a really key level to pay attention to. So for support, watch this $4.44. It's 52-week high. If we can stay above this level, that would be a really good sign. And then for on the upside for resistance, we're very close to $5 here this morning. So right now we're sitting at $4.92. So pay attention to $5. $5 is going to be a key resistance level. If we can get above that, that would be a really good sign. Again, $5 and for resistance, and for support, watch for $4.44. And if $4.44 breaks, watch out for $4, right? So those are the levels I'll be paying attention to on this one. We have this uptrend here, but I'm not really going to pay a whole lot of attention to this uptrend just because we're gapping up massively this morning. And that's it for this video, guys. Again, thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.